Hi everyone, I'm Rachel, one of the exercise specialists with Cardiac Rehab, and today I'm going to take you through a yoga practice. This is a practice appropriate for people who are able to get down, up and off the floor on a mat. You don't have to have a mat, but just make sure that you have a comfortable place to sit, not on a hardwood floor, maybe a blanket that you're not going to slip on. I will be showing some things that you can use a chair for balance with. Just make sure that your chair is sturdy, has a high back that you can hold on to, and is stationary. So I'm just gonna let you know that I will be using a computer chair on wheels, but that is not what I'm recommending for everyone. It's just what I have handy. So let's begin our yoga practice with some centering. You can sit in your chair, or if you wanna get comfortable on the floor, have a seat, however you're comfortable. I'll be demoing a couple things with some props if you have a yoga block or something that you feel comfortable sitting up on. Sometimes it's nice to be a little elevated. You can cross your feet or sit however you are most comfortable. If you can get elevated, that does make crossing your legs a little bit easier. It lets the hips soften. So I want you to close your eyes. Start by taking some awareness to your breath. If it is comfortable for you to close your mouth and breathe in and out through your nose, please try that. It's nice and calming for the body. Try to find a little lift in your heart as you inhale, softening in your neck and your shoulders as you exhale. In yoga, we like to invite ourselves to find an intention for why you came to your mat today. Maybe you're looking for peace, calmness, quietness, or something else that speaks to you today. Trying to give yourself this practice time away from everything else that you might have going on. Maybe this is breaking up your work day or giving you a little solo time away from family or any other responsibilities. So we're going to let all that go. We're going to take our breath to an inhale through the nose and an exhale through the mouth, getting rid of any stale energy we have and bringing our intention to the present moment. So inhaling slowly and sigh it out. Do two more. Last one. Okay, so now you can just return to whatever breath is comfortable for you, whether that's in through the nose, out through the nose, or in through the nose and out through the mouth. Just make sure you're not holding your breath at all throughout this practice. We're going to take a little seated flow. So inhaling your arms up overhead, exhaling them down, inhaling up. Exhale down, bring one hand to a knee, and you're going to twist open to the other side. This should be a very gentle twist. We are just beginning to awaken the body. Inhaling up to center. Exhale, twist and hold to the other side for a breath. So now we're going to put a little more flow into it. Good. So inhaling center. Exhale, twist. Inhale, center. Exhale, twist. One more to each side. Inhale and exhale. Growing taller on your inhale and twisting on the exhale. Good. Come back to center. If you are lifted on your seat, take that away here. Keeping your legs crossed or another comfortable position. Again, we're going to take a little cat-cow around the spine. So this is something that you can really easily do in your chair. All we're going to do is hollow out that belly, coming backward, and then we're going to inhale forward. So on your inhale, you're going to sit up nice and tall, drop your shoulders down. Exhale, rounding back, pulling your belly button towards your spine. Inhale up, draw the shoulder blades down and back. Exhaling back up. Good. Now we're going to take it to hands and knees if this is comfortable for you. I would like to continue that cat-cow motion. So you're going to line your hands up right below your shoulders, knees underneath your hips. If you have tender knees, placing a blanket underneath your knees can go a long way. Okay, so nice flat back to start. Inhale, arching your back up like a cat. Exhale, let your belly drop low. Inhaling up. Exhaling. Inhale up, last one. And exhale. Good, coming to a flat back here, we're gonna take some spinal balance. There's a couple different levels we can do this at. First, I want you to extend your right leg back and hold. And bring your knee back down. Good, extend your left leg and hold. And bring that back down. Good, so if you feel comfortable to add your upper body to this, you can do so here. So we're gonna extend that right leg back and left arm out in front. Holding here is a great way to stabilize your spine, taking several deep breaths in and out. While you do so, try to gaze at the top of your mat or just a couple inches away from your hands, maybe at the hand that's lifted in front of you. Good, release. That builds some heat inside, doesn't it? You're working your core. Bring that left leg back and right arm out. Taking several breaths here. Nice job. And exhale, release. So if you'd like to repeat that, we are going to do that again, and then we may add some movement into it if you feel comfortable, but that will be a little bit more advanced. Okay, extending that right leg out and your left arm out. So we're going to take taps. We're going to exhale, tap down if you want to put movement into it. Inhale, lift up. We'll do 2 more. We're going to go in sets of 3 today. That's a nice easy number. And there's our third. Good. Let's add that cat-cow motion in here to loosen up that spine. So inhaling, exhaling, and back to a flat back. Left leg extends, right arm extends. Staying here or tapping 3 times. Exhale, tap down. Inhale, tap up. Exhale, down. Inhale, up. Exhale, down. And inhale, up. Good, and release back. 1 cat-cow. Inhaling, belly drops. Exhaling, back rounds, belly pulls to spine. And a nice flat back here. Great job. We are going to continue warming up a little bit more. We're going to take some C curves for your spine. So it's almost like you're just trying to bring your gaze towards your back foot. Look at that outer edge of that foot back there. Good, come back forward. This just brings the spine side to side. So you're going to gaze at your other foot. Good. One more time. Actually, we're going sets of 3s. We have 1 more to each side here. Great job. Now we're going to do a couple standing stretches now that we're nice and warm. So just gently bring your way up to standing. We are going to start by just doing a little bit of a standing flow. So now that our spine is warmed up, we're going to warm up the backs of the legs. So inhale up. Exhale, I want you to forward fold, maybe just your hands to your thighs. If you can bring them to your shins, that's great. Make sure you're not pressing on your knees. Inhaling back up. And exhale, hands to thighs or shins. If you're quite flexible in your hamstrings, you could place them down towards the floor. Or again, this is a great place for your blocks because they bring the floor up to you a little bit. So if you're kind of feeling like the shins are a good stretch, but you could go a little further, propping to blocks would be great. I know you can't see that well, but I'm going to show you. Try to tilt you here. So my blocks are just below probably the frame of the screen, so you'd just be touching fingertips to the blocks. Good. Inhale back up. Exhale, hands at your sides. We are going to take a couple more spinal side stretches. So inhale up. And then you're going to exhale, draw your wrist up and overhead. Like you're a little bit trying to pull that arm up and over to the side. Good. And exhale, down. We're going to take to the other side. Inhale up. Grab that wrist up and over through that side body, up through your fingertips. Good. And exhale. I want you to take several full deep breaths here. No movement. Grounding. This is mountain pose. Okay, so nice strong standing pose. you want to feel all the corners of your feet. So we talk about 4 corners of our feet. You have 2 corners at your heel, if you can imagine that, left inner arch and outer arch on the right. And then you have your corners at the toe mounds, so right where your big toe connects to your foot and your pinky toe. So thinking about grounding. Palms are opening, shoulders are rolled down and back. Nice, strong posture. You can create a lot of energy in just a single standing, non-moving pose. So we're going to work our strength of our lower body now. So that's why we have to build up from our foundation. So feeling that strong foundation from our feet. Okay? So if you are thinking you want to use a chair, grab that and have it handy. Again, a stable chair, not on wheels, but that is what I have, and I'm going to show you. Okay? So we're going to work on a couple of standing poses, the warrior poses. So we're going to start first, again, if you're holding on, hold on to the backs of your chair, okay? We're going to keep our right foot forward. You're going to step your left foot back. And if you can see my feet now, you can see my back foot. It's on an angle, about 45 degrees. We're going to bend into our right knee, okay? You can stay right here. You can have your hands on a chair or on your hips. The full warrior one pose, if you're able and feeling balanced, is up overhead. This is one of the best foundational poses in yoga, standing strong warrior pose. As you get a little bit more advanced, you can actually bring your feet a little bit further apart so that your bend in your front leg is deeper. But if you're right here, or if you're here with a chair, that's perfect. You're working your hips, squaring them to the front of your room, wherever that is. I'm in kind of the corner of a room in my house. And you're working on pushing that left hip forward, right hip draws back as you bend in your knee. We've probably built up enough heat there, so let's take a little release. Good, mountain pose. Inhale up overhead, exhale, forward fold. Inhale back up, exhale, arms at your sides. We're gonna go to warrior one on the other side. So same setup, your other leg comes back, 45-degree angle for that foot. And I should mention, we really want to have all 4 corners of your feet down again. Remember how we grounded in that standing mountain pose? Even though our feet are apart and in a different position here, we are grounded. Then, from the bottom up, if you're able to bring those arms up overhead, here's your warrior one on your other side. Excellent. We're going to take a couple more breaths here. You're doing a great job. If you've never done yoga before, this is a great introduction to some of the poses where we really are going to break them down, hold them, but not hold them too long, but so that you get the idea of the true form. A lot of yoga goes into flow, and it doesn't always focus on all of the steps of where you want these poses to be. We're going to open up into Warrior 2 next, okay? So starting on that right side, that left leg is going to go back, and this time instead of a 45-degree angle, it points 90 degrees away. So it's pointing towards the side of your mat, okay? This is a really good hip opener. So you're going to be bending in here. You can place your hand on a chair in front of you if you'd like. The full pose, again, is arms outstretched at a T position. Trying to make sure your shoulders are down and back, and you're feeling like someone's pulling your fingertips front and back, but your torso is steady and strong over your hips. Again, as you get more advanced in this practice, you could be bending into that front knee more, or again, less if you need to back out of it. Stay here for 2 more breaths. When you're ready, you're going to exhale and step your feet back together. I'm going to move my chair. I think if you're using the chair, you've gotten the idea of what to do with your hand forward, okay? So we're going to step back on the other side. Your left foot's forward, bending into that knee. Your right foot is pointing towards the side of your mat. Front hand on a chair if you'd like, or hands outstretched at a T. Shoulder blades down and back. You are strong through both feet. And trying to put about equal weight in each foot. It's really easy to just slide forward since we're bending into that knee, but keep that back leg working and strong. 1 more breath here. Great job. All right, We've done 2 different warrior poses. Let's check back in with those hamstrings as well. Inhale up, exhale, forward fold. Inhale up, exhale, hands at your sides. Great job. We're gonna do one more standing pose. We're gonna do triangle. Now this, if you have a chair, you're actually gonna use the seat of your chair. So we're gonna start on that right foot again. The biggest difference is we're not bending into our knee. Triangle has 2 straight legs, and the most basic version is holding, supporting your front hand on something high. So the seat of a chair would be a perfect place to go. You could place your back hand just on your back side body or side hip, and you're working on that hamstring muscle of your front leg. If you feel like you need a greater stretch, you can go to a block. I'm gonna step back on my mat so you can see a little bit better. A block could go on the inside or the outside of that front foot, and you're gonna stretch that arm up overhead. Now, if you're even more flexible, you can put that hand to your mat. But if you've never done this before, I would definitely recommend up on a chair or on a block. 2 more breaths. All right, so now to safely get out of this, we're gonna bend our front knee and step back up to the front of the mat.